The all-new JABRA Elite 75T earbuds claim to be the best truly wireless earbuds with powerful bass, physical buttons, crystal clear microphone quality, and a new redesigned shape that fits securely and comfortably in your ears all day long. These earbuds promise 28 hours of battery life and powerful bass that will make you say, wow. So do these earbuds actually live up to their bold claims? In this video, I will show you everything you need to know about these JABRA earbuds and more. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike O'Brien, and this video is all about the JABRA Elite 75T earbuds, and I want to start off by giving you a physical tour of the product. Now, looking at the case, first of all, it's a nice small case, has a pretty good feel to it, and I overall like the design of the case. Unlike the 65T earbuds from last year, this now has a flat top and a flat bottom, which means it stands up really well. You can open it and leave it opened right there, and you can charge it. You can do whatever you want. It's a pretty normal design, but last year they didn't have the nice flat top on it. On the back, you have a USB-C charging port, which is great. So if you have a phone with USB-C or any other devices with a modern charging cable, USB-C, then you don't need to get another wire. Pretty great. They also have a little LED right next to it. The LED is kind of just an indicator if you're charging or doing some other stuff. It's fairly straightforward. Now, when you open up the lid, it is magnetic, which is really nice. It kind of has a good feel to it. I'd say kind of similar to maybe an AirPods case, which is nice. You can kind of flick it back and forth and just, fidget with that if that's what a lot of people like to do that. Now, inside you have the two earbuds. Each one has a little indicator LED on there. There are two microphones on board with each one, and they're overall just pretty nice small earbuds. They're not really intrusive at all. They have, different tips right there. So they have three different rubber tips on the actual ear tip that goes in your ear. These don't have wing tips. A lot of earbuds we see have wing tips, but these don't. They have two little nodes right there that charge in the case, and the case charges through USB-C right there. Unfortunately, it does not have wireless charging, so that's one small drawback there, but overall, it's not really a big deal. Now, each of these earbuds has a physical button on there, and at first when I saw that, I thought, uh-oh, we got buttons on here, because I've recently worn other earbuds that were admittedly much cheaper, and the physical buttons made really loud clicking sounds in your ears. Now, these, fortunately, did not have that problem. There's a really low actuation force there, which means that you can just gently tap it. It doesn't make any sound in your ear really at all, and it works really well. And the buttons are not customizable. I'll show you the app later on in this video, but you kind of just have to know, if you use just the right earbud, you have a certain set of controls by tapping and holding, double tapping, triple tapping, single tapping. And then if you use both earbuds, you have different controls for them, which is a little bit of a learning curve there, but overall, it makes a lot of sense when you actually start using them. Now, one big plus of having buttons instead of capacitive touch, like a little touch sensor there, is actually when you're wearing gloves. And I didn't realize this right away until, obviously, if I live in Pennsylvania, it's cold for like half the year. I wear gloves a lot, and one day I realized that, this is great. I don't have to take my gloves off in the cold to skip a song, and I overall think that's a really nice feature that these have. Now, these don't have active noise cancellation or active noise reduction, but I will say that the passive noise reduction on these works really well. They have a really nice seal in your ears. Like I said, you have three different little rubber tips there that all seem to fit, if you find the right size, these fit in your ear really well. And as far as comfort goes, I would say I could listen to these for probably about 5 hours without having any discomfort, which is really impressive for me because normally I get some, ear fatigue after 3 or 4 hours or even 2 hours with a lot of other earbuds. So these are extremely comfortable, in my opinion, for my ears at least. Let's get into now a mic test. I want to see how well the microphones work if you're on a phone call. So let's test it out right now. A quick little aside here, if you're new and haven't subscribed yet, but you're interested in videos just like this one, make sure you go down and click that subscribe button and the bell icon. Otherwise, YouTube won't tell you about the newest stuff. Okay, so this is the microphone on the JABRA Elite 75T earbuds. See how well the audio works on these. Again, I am in a studio, so we can try this out in a louder environment, but overall, do these sound good or not? All right, so right now I'm outside. It's kind of breezy and it's a little bit of a noisy environment, but we're going to see how well this audio sounds right here. All right, so it's pretty loud here, so I'm not sure if you can hear me. Now, these connect by Bluetooth 5.0. They're IP55 water resistant, which means running, sweating, raining. It shouldn't really be a problem with these. Each earbud has 2 microphones. They're supposed to have 7.5 hours of battery, and then another, it gets you up to 28 hours once you include the case there. I can't say I've gotten exactly that much, but depending on the volume, there's some variables involved there. And I would say that I got a decent battery life out of these. I would say it's probably somewhere around like the 25-hour range when you actually include the case. Now these also have multi-point connectivity, which means you can connect to like 2 different devices at once. You can also pair up to 8 different devices with these earbuds. I'll show you the app in a second, like I said, but you have an EQ in there, and you can change a lot of settings that make it really nice to use these earbuds. So now I want to give you guys a quick tour of the app because it is actually really impressive and I like using this app. So first of all, when you go to across the bottom, I'll work that way. So Moments, first of all, kind of gives you like some different presets right here. So you can say I'm in like commute mode, I am in focus mode, or my moment, whatever you want to call that. And for each one, you can have like a couple different widgets right there. So one is like an equalizer. The other one is maybe if you want hear through on or off. And so hear through is obviously, you can turn that up or down, and that's just going to be whatever ambient sound around you is going to be played through the earbuds so you can hear stuff around you so you're not totally isolated. That might be useful if you're in like a subway and you want to hear like when your train's coming or something. The equalizer works really well, I think, although I will say these are extremely heavy on the bass side, just really, really prominent bass. If you're listening to music that is very bass heavy and you want that, these are amazing earbuds. I will say if you're looking for music that's a little bit more acoustic or a little bit more like softer on the bass, these might be a little bit too much because even when you turn the bass all the way down, I would say that this bass could be too much for a lot of people. This is really, like this bass, I can't emphasize it enough, guys. This bass is really loud. This bass is like, it's more powerful than the Powerbeats Pro, in my opinion. Now, as you scroll down, you have a couple music presets right here, which is basically like an equalizer. So right now it's in energize mode. If you want a bass boost, which like that's a lot of bass. There's smooth mode, there's speech, and like all these different things right there. But that's essentially what you have on the first little My Moments kind of thing. Then as you go over, you have headsets right there, or this headset. And so first of all, these are voice assistant compatible. So if you tap the one button, you can actually have either Google or Alexa, or whatever you want on your phone, like Bixby works as well. And so you can kind of set that when you first set these up. You also have firmware updates with these. You register them if you want. Find My JABRA is kind of nice because what it does, unlike the Galaxy Buds, which like vibrate or make a sound when you're looking for them, what this does is it uses GPS on your phone. And so if you lose them, it just keeps it drops a little pin whenever you disconnect from them. And so you should theoretically know within like a 40 or 50 foot radius where your earbuds are. So it's kind of a weird trade-off. I wish they combined this with what the Galaxy Buds do. The Galaxy Buds are great if you're in the same room as them, and then these are great if you left them like at work or in your car, or if you left them at a friend's house. You'll know like generally where the earbuds were last used. Now, if these are in your pocket, they're disconnected, and then you drop them out of your pocket, it maybe won't work like that, but it's a cool feature. I like how they have that in there. Then as we go across, like I said, you have Discover stuff right here, you have About, and that's basically everything you have right here. Like I said, you can't customize the buttons. That's kind of a drawback there, but actually now I want to get into some of the pros and the cons of these earbuds. So starting off with the pros, first of all, I really like the bass on these. The sound quality is amazing. So overall, I would say that they get a 9 out of 10 for quality of sound and bass, given the music that I listen to. Now, as far as comfort goes, I think that's another huge pro. Like I said, I could wear these for like 5 to 6 hours with no problems at all. They don't fall out of my ears. They don't have any wingtips, but I don't think they really need them. They just seem to be a really logical ergonomic shape right there. The different little ear tips seem to fit really well. They seal out sound around you, so excellent passive noise reduction. And lastly, I really like having the buttons on the earbuds. I think that's something that's great if you're wearing gloves, or if you also want to adjust your earbuds and you don't want to have to worry about skipping a song. Having physical buttons is a pretty great way to do that. Now, getting into some of the cons of these, one big drawback that you definitely need to know before you get these is that they don't really operate, they don't connect in the same way that you might be used to with a lot of modern earbuds. And what I mean by that is they always connect to the right earbud to your phone, and then the left earbud connects to the right earbud, which is kind of unfortunate. They don't connect both independently. So if you just take out your left earbud and the right one's in the case, you just have a piece of plastic. It doesn't actually work. And if you take out, so what I'm saying is the only way you can listen to a single earbud is if it's the right earbud. And so you either listen to both just the right one or neither. You can never listen to only the left earbud. That's kind of a big drawback for me because a lot of times I like to listen to just like one ear at a time and work on something. Sometimes I switch ears every now and then if you're trying to say, extend your battery life. If one battery dies, just charge, there's a couple options where you'd want to do that. And I think it's a big drawback that you can't do that with these earbuds. Another drawback is not having customizable buttons. So like I said, it's kind of a learning curve with those buttons and you can't really customize them, but I haven't really found any functions that I'm unable to do with these that I'm able to do with other earbuds that I really miss with here, And then the last drawback I found is a pretty small one, but it kind of alludes to how the connectivity works for these earbuds. If I'm listening to both earbuds for a long time, say 4 hours, at least maybe once per hour, the left earbud cuts out for like half a second and then it comes back on. So like I said, not a big drawback, doesn't really affect your experience, but it's kind of strange that it does that. Okay, so to pair this with a Windows computer, all you do is add a Bluetooth device right there, open up the earbuds, put the right one in your ear and tap and hold the button for 5 seconds. Then it'll pop up on the bottom right there, you select it and it will be connected. So I'm testing out the button controls right now and you can turn here through on and off. You cannot adjust the volume with these, but you can, I think you can get Cortana, so let's try that. What's the weather in Peru? Look, there we go. So it is working. There we go. So overall, guys, what do I think of these earbuds? I would say that they're a great quality pair of earbuds. I think that I really like the physical design here. Big step up from the 65Ts. They have amazing bass. I really like the physical buttons on here. The case works really well. The battery lasts a really long time. The sound quality is really amazing, especially with the bass. So I would say these are a really good pair of earbuds, and I think I'll be using them for quite some time now. Now, they are more expensive than some other earbuds out there, but with that being said, I think they justify that with the increase in sound quality and bass and volume. So if you're looking for that type of music, this is really a no-brainer to get these earbuds. So guys, that's what I have to say about the JABRA Elite 75T earbuds. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think of these. As always, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.